Oh, so that's where that is all this time. Cthulhu's been looking for that. I'll have to be sure and give it to him. I finally found that nice can of Scale and Tentacle Moisturizer. Cthulhu's been looking for that. We'll see that he gets it. I'll just put it right over there. And oh, and look at this. Well, I didn't really need this, but it's good to know where it is. It's the jar of robot poison. You never know what you're going to find up here in the attic. Welcome back, kids, to the Mask Fan Attic. Tonight, I have a really oldie moldy for all you Halloween enthusiasts and horror fans and mask collectors and monster nuts and assorted other psychiatrically noteworthy individuals. I've found, look at this old bad boy here, from back in the day. It's a Be Something Studios Warlock. And the Be Something Studios Warlock, well, it first originated in the 1970s. I'm fastening his hood there. Just be patient. Just take a second. See, he's got Velcro. Or am I allowed to say Velcro? He's got hook and loop fabric closure stuff on his hood. Very, very nice quality hood. Back then they used this nice plush black fabric on their hoods. But the Be Something Warlock first originated in the 70s. And the first sculpture was available through the mid to late 70s and into the early to mid 80s. Then in the late 80s through early 90s, there was a reboot, a second sculpture, a second version, which this is. Now, unfortunately, I like the first version a little bit better, but this one's still pretty cool. And unfortunately, I don't have the first one anymore, or I would be showing you that because I liked it a little better. But well, you know, maybe one of these days, the folks at Zagoni, which is what Be Something is called today, maybe the folks at Zagoni will see fit to re-release the old first version Warlock. That's going in my my wish list, my hope list, my hope chest. I don't have a very big hope chest because I'm pretty hopeless. But anyway, now a lot of masks are just plain cool, like Frankenstein and Wolfman and Creature from the Black Lagoon, but there aren't that many that are really, really, truly scary. And I always thought the Warlock was a super scary mask. He was one of the scariest ones. I had that first version when I was a kid. There are photos of me behaving inappropriately with it, frightening people, and wielding butcher knives and everything, because I just thought he was the scariest Halloween mask ever when I was still alive. And in fact, 3 years running, 3 years in a row, we had a whole scene in the live-action haunted house attractions I used to put on every year, kind of build around this guy, because I like this mask and this character so much. There would always be like an altar, and he was a devil-worshipping kind of villain, and there would be a girl chained to the altar, and you know those prop knives that have the blade that go back up into the handle, and it looks like you're stabbing? He had one of those, and the guy in this mask, or more accurately, the first version mask that I don't have, that I mentioned, but hopefully there are photos along the way here for your viewing enhancement. The guy wearing the Warlock mask would pretend to stab the girl with the knife, and then people would have come into the room already by that time, obviously, and would be looking at that. Then after he would stab her, he would look up as though he just noticed you came into his chamber, and he would pull the knife out of the girl and start slowly coming down around his evil altar. And by the way, altar in this case spelled A-L-T-A-R, altar, not A-L-T-E-R, because that spelling of altar is an entirely different word that means to change something. That's been your little helpful tip for today to help you look less like an idiot when you're posting things online. Altar as in religious altar is A-R, and altar as in change things is E-R. All right, you got that. Anyway, he was the only guy in the scene, so it wasn't like an army of monsters. Didn't matter. People would run so quick to get out of that room, they would trample each other when this guy would come at them with his little plastic Halloween prop knife. That's how scary he was. And in fact, I liked that scene idea so much, I actually submitted it to the Morris Costumes Haunted House book as one of the many rooms that I designed pages for back in the 80s. I don't know what I called it, Demon Sacrificial Chamber or something, I don't even remember. Go look it up in the Morris book called, what was it called? Oh yes, I remember. It was called How to Operate a Financially Successful Haunted House. And I did a lot of the artwork and a lot of the room designs that are in it. And there's one with him in it. Of course, you wouldn't have to use this exact mask to do that demon thing, but it was kind of neat to see after the book came out with my page design in it based on this room from our haunted houses. It was really fun to go around and see some other haunted houses using that scene, which I had described and given some tips on in that book. So that was fun to see my scene being used in other people's haunted houses. Now it's probably too low tech. Now today it would all be like animatronics and holograms and you know, thermonuclear weapons and things like that. But in the day, this was a heck of a scary thing, and I think it's still a heck of a scary mask. Whatever you want to do with it at Halloween, if you just want to put it on and run around the yard like a lunatic, or you want to walk down city streets late at night like some idiot and maybe get yourself arrested or shot or eaten alive by zombies, I don't know. But what a cool mask was the old Warlock. He kind of reminded me of something from like a Night Gallery episode or something like that. He just had that creepy, spooky look. And well, like I said, one of my favorites since childhood, the old Be-Something Warlock. And maybe one of these days I'll score a version A, which is very similar. It's just a different sculpture. It's very similar. It looks like a different interpretation of the same character. And maybe one day I'll have one of those to share with you and show you that one. But either version of the Warlock is very cool. And that's it. So join me up here in the attic of doom once again next week, and we'll find something else equally disturbing and inappropriate.